association with worldly minded persons. Cha and laulyam, ardent longing or greed. Cha and sadvi. By these six, bhakti, devotion, service, vinasati is destroyed. Translation by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Once devotion service is spoiled, when he becomes too entangled in the following six activities. Number 1, eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required. Number 2, over endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain. Number 3, talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters. Number 4, practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically. Number 5, associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. Number 6, being greedy for mundane achievements. Let's repeat. Once devotion service is spoiled when it becomes too entangled in the following six activities. Number 1, eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required. Number 2, over endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain. Number 3, talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters. Number 4, practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically. Number 5, associating with the worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. Number 6, being greedy for mundane achievements. Purport is big. I don't know how we should read. I think we can quickly read, maybe too fast. Maybe we'll read first paragraph. Then we can see, because time may not be enough otherwise. Human life is meant for plain living, and I think purport was Gopal. Since all conditioned living beings are under the control of the Lord's third energy, this material world is designed so that one is obliged to work. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has three primary energies or potencies. About third energy, that's what material energy. The first is called Antaranga Shakti or internal potency. Second is called Tatastha Shakti or the marginal potency, that is Jivas, us. Third is called Bahiranga Shakti, that is the material nature. The Navaratri is happening, that is she is the actual energy. Bahiranga Shakti, she is the in charge, control of this Bahiranga Shakti, actual energy, Mahamaya. The living entities constitute the marginal potency, and they are situated between the internal and external potencies. Being subordinate as eternal servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Jivatmas, or atomic living entities, must remain under the control of either the internal or the external potency. When they are under the control of the internal potency, they display their natural constitution activity, namely constant engagement in the devotion service of the Lord, that is stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse number 13. Mahatmanastu mamparda daivim prakritam bhajanti ananya manaso gnatva bhutadim avyayam. Osana Prata, those who are not deluded, the great souls are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotion service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So we'll try to understand. If we have time, then we'll read the further remaining purport. Om Ajnanatigrandhasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langate Girim Yatkrupatam Vande Sri Gurum Denataram Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Iswa Pancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupa Sandhubhya Yevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamiyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Rupa Gosvami Prabhupada Ki Jai, Prabhupada Ki Jai, Gaur Bhaktam Ki Jai. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishwaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Vedanta Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prajana So, a nectar of instruction, very, very prominent, important book written by Rupa Gosvami. So before we delve into this particular verse, I think we should understand some context, especially the importance, the significance. There is one verse of the Paribhasha Sutra for Bhagavad Gita, same way Paribhasha Sutra for this particular book is there. In what lens we have to see these four books for Bhakti Shastri, Nectar of Instruction, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and Isopanishad. These are the four books coming under Bhakti Shastri course, and which is very important for everyone, for the practitioner to understand. So if you look at Bhagavad Gita, 15.15, chapter 15, verse number 15 is the Paribhasha Sutra. Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto mattas pratir jnanam apohanancha vedaisya sarver ahame vedyo vedanta krit vedavid eva chaham. So Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishto. In every living entity, I am there as super soul. I am giving the forgetfulness and remembrance. And then the ultimate goal of whole understanding of Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Vedanta Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, including Vedanta, is to understand me, Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, and attain me. That is the whole purpose. That is the verse. If one has to understand this particular Paribhasha Sutra, this particular verse, it is there. This is in the Bhagavad Gita. One must know the middle 6 chapters, especially. If one has to understand middle 6 chapters, they explain like a jewelry box. The top and bottom is the like the Karma Yoga, first 6 chapters and last 6 chapters. But in between, the actual Bhakti Yoga is there. But there are keys to open the jewelry box. There are 2 keys, 2 verses to open the actual to enter into Bhakti. That is Manmanava Madbhakto Madhyas Yamam Namaskuru Mami Vaisa Satyante Pratijane Priyosani. That verse, and then Sarva Dharman Parityate Mamekam Saranam Vraja, which means surrender to the Supreme Lord and Spiritual Master and worshipping me, become my devotee, think of me, so offer obeisance. These are the 4 things Lord Krishna is stressing. These are the 2 key verses. That means Bhakti is not just external, Bhakti is internal. Bhakti has to be done with some service, loving service. So that's why the 4 things has to be surrender. But how you surrender? These 4 things has to go on every day, Nityam. And this is the crucial 2 verses to enter into the Bhakti. Now the same way, Nectar of Instruction, Upadesha Amrita, as a 1 key verse. 3 times, one point is called out 3 times, which is very prominent for this book to understand. The first verse number 8 is the key verse for this whole book. Tannama Rupa Charitadi Suketana Anusmrutyo. First Anu. We'll come to that. Why that is stressed. Anusmrutyo. Tishtan Vaje Tad Anuragi. Again, second time Anu. Tad Anuragi. Jananugami. Anugami. Third time. Anugami. Kalam Naye Diti Upadesha Saram. This is the essential Paribhasha Sutra for this particular book. Very, very important for this verse also. Because there is a lens in which we have to see that. Which means it goes back to the example of Durvasa Muni going to Lord Krishna when he was in danger, when the Sudarshan Chakra was running behind him, when Ambarish Maharaj was trying to, it is an offense to Ambarish Maharaj when he's trying to fast, break the fast. He took the water only because he has consulted the Brahmanas, he has taken the guidance, even though he's pure devotee, he doesn't need anybody's guidance, but still he has taken the guidance. And he took only water so that it is not an offense to Lord Vishnu. When we have Ekadasi fast, next day we are supposed to break in a particular Parana time. That he just followed as per Shastra and Sadhu. So there is no offense on his part. But Durvasa Muni thought, he was puffed up. So he thought, how can he do that without consulting me, without waiting for me? So that means he thinks he knows better than me. So then he created demon. So that's when he was not afraid at all. He didn't even pray for his protection. So that's how much pure devotee is. Then Durvasa Muni went all the way to Lord Vishnu Vaikuntha, because neither Lord Brahma nor Lord Shiva, no one could protect. So that time there was an argument, there was a discussion between Durvasa Muni and Lord Krishna. Durvasa Muni is saying, that aswatantra hi jana sadhubir grasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta jana priya. You are swatantra or paratantra. You willingly go under the shelter of devotees, under the control of devotees, or devotees will pull you under their control. Which one is true? Which one is correct? Swatantra hi jana, aswatantra hi jana. Lord Krishna says, when he says, please stop this Sudarshan Chakra because you are independent, you can stop this because it comes from you. That's right. But then the Lord says this was there. The argument is, Durvasman is saying, you go by your naturally, you want to go under the control of devotees, or they are pulling you. Lord is saying, Acharya has explained that. I go under the control of my pure devotees naturally because they are my heart. Only they know me and I only know them. They are even more important than my own body. They are more important than Lord Balaram, Lakshmi Devi, and all of them. And so there, the important point is here the Anugami is mentioning that the important is the taking the shelter of the devotee, taking shelter of the pure devotee, the spiritual master. So that's why this Upadesha Amrita is so important. This particular verse also is important because all these things are happening. Atyahar, Prayat, Prajalpa, Niyamagraha, Janasanga, Laulyam, all these things which are destroying Bhakti are the previous verse, Vacho Vegam. All these things are happening because there is no following the Acharya's instruction. We don't have we are not taking the full shelter of the spiritual masters, the previous Acharya Parampara, and the words of the Acharya. So that's when these things can go on for many lifetimes. So that's why that is a key verse. 3 times it is stressed again and again. Anusmriti, Anuragi, Anugami, following again and again repeatedly. The example, since I mentioned, I have to give an example also. Go back to Prahlad Maharaj. This is the most significant Prahlad Maharaj incident. His military life. So Lord Maharaj, Lord Narasimha appeared at that time. All the demigods offered prayer. Prahlad Maharaj didn't offer a single prayer. Prahlad Maharaj thought, I am not qualified. I don't have any strength. I am fallen. This is the position Prahlad Maharaj is operating under. Naturally, he is feeling under. Then Lord Brahma himself had to call him. Still, he is thinking he is not qualified. He has gone only specifically because Lord Brahma had asked him, Prahlad, you have to go and appease. For your purpose only he has appeared. Now you go in front of the Lord and please appease him. Then only he can stop his anger and his, that won't stop. Otherwise, it's a big problem. So only you can do it on his order, on his strength. So this Agnya Palan means following the order of the spiritual master, following the order of the authority. Brahma is Brahma, Mahatma Gauda is aware and is also Lord Brahma is also the great authority, the spiritual master. So Prahlad Maharaj simply followed. This is in the 7-6-4, I think. 7th canto, 6th chapter, 4th verse. Brahma Dayaswara Gana Manaya Siddha Sattva Ekatana Gataya Vajasam Prabhahina Aradinam Guru Gunaira Adunapi Vipru Kim Tostam Arhate Ugrajate. What qualification I have? All the Brahmas, all these demigods are highly qualified. What I have, what qualification I have to appease the Lord? If you yourself, all the demigods couldn't satisfy, how can I satisfy? But still he has went in. It is because many times we may do that. Guru says, or Acharya says, or authority says, go and do this service, or go and do this thing. Then no, it's too difficult. I don't know anything about this. I can't do it. But Prahlad Maharaj, because it is instructed by authority, Acharya, then immediately I accept it. Even though he's feeling he is not qualified, he doesn't know how to do, he doesn't know how to appease, whether it will happen or not also, he's not sure. But he just followed the authority. On his order, he has went. So this is the Agnya Pala. So this is a prominent point for one to understand this. And then I have to give I have to give the reference also. Forget about development of bhakti. Even to, because here in this, all these are anarthas, destroying bhakti. That's why it is all anartha nivurti. The Vachovem controlling 6 urges, this Atyahar, Prayasas, all these are 6 things are also destroying bhakti because they are anarthas. Then how will you remove the anarthas? Bhakti, keep aside. We cannot even come out of this samsara. We cannot even deliver ourselves. We cannot even properly get enjoyment even in this material world. Because if you don't worship the spiritual master, if you don't take the shelter of the pure devotee of the Lord. Verse, you go back to the same verse, Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu's conversation. And then we'll go to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Prahlad Maharaj is telling, Hiranyakashipu is telling that, I ask, what did you learn? There he's using. Mate viduswardagasim dorasaya bahiraddhamananda yatande rupaniyaman. You are blind. Your guru is also blind. Sanda and Amarka. Then he was Hiranyakashipu saying, who is his guru? Prahlad Maharaj's guru is not, but he doesn't know. Then he says, but you cannot understand. Wherever you are getting strength, I am getting the strength from the same person. But you are not able to get because your Adanta Gobir Punascharvita Charvananam is especially your Gruha Pratanam. Gruha Prata means one who is thinking that home, family, wealth, beauty, so all his scholarship, whatever he has accumulated, whatever he has, he's thinking this is all going to save me, this is all going to protect me, this is the enjoyment, this is the life, all in all, I can do whatever I like. So this, as soon as you are in that Gruha Vratana, not Grihasthashram, but Gruha Vratana, then you are in the ignorance. Neither you yourself study however you want, or neither you take shelter of your guru who's also blind, then you can't deliver yourself. Then is using that verse, next verse. Naisham Matistava Durukramangim Anartha Upasapam. There, Anartha Upasama. How? Sprusyate Upagamo Mahiyasam Padarajo Abhishekam Niskinchana Mavrinitaya. One must take shelter of the Supreme, especially pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. Pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, it is not there is no possibility to even conquer within the samsara. Also, you can't even progress. It's very difficult to progress even in the material world. So now this is a verse which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes again and again repeatedly. That's why you see that Sri Guru Charana Padma verse also the same thing talks about. Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Kevala means one and only way. Bhakti Sadma Bandhu Mohi Savadan. That means you have to pay attention. Where you have to pay attention? Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. What Guru says, no question, no argument, no logic, accept it as it is and ask him how I can do it. This is the significance. Because all these things are very important for this particular verse, for these first two verses, very significant, for this whole book actually. Even to understand Bhagavad Gita, nectar of instruction is important. You understand nectar devotion, all these things are important. Because so many anarthas are there, it's not sinking in. What we are receiving, every day we are here, we are chanting. That's why Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said to that extent that many lifetimes we can chant, many lifetimes we can hear, read, but as long as we don't follow the spiritual master, then it doesn't produce much transformation in the heart. To that extent, he has said. That means you can understand the stress and importance. Now I have to give the exact the statement by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita in 22 chapter. Sanatana Goswami Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is speaking clearly about this point, that verse number that is 51. Mahat Krupa Vina Kona Karme Bhakti Nai Krishna Bhakti Dure Rahu Samsara Nahe Kshaya. There clearly, unless one is favored by a pure devotee, one cannot attain the platform of devotional service. Clear, direct statement. To say nothing of okay, put Krishna Bhakti on the side. Further he is saying, to say nothing of Krishna Bhakti, one cannot be relieved even from the bondage of material existence. Bhakti aside, even if you do Gnana, Yoga, whatever else you want to do, even that also is difficult unless one is favored by a pure devotee. So it is significant. This is 22, 50, Madhya Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 22, verse number 51. Their last paragraph is very important. The exact verse is quoted in this particular purport. Mahatmanastu Mahampar, that is quoted here also. And Prabhupada writes, one has to associate with such a Mahatma who has accepted Krishna as the supreme source of the entire creation. Without being a Mahatma, one cannot understand Krishna's absolute position. A Mahatma is rare and transcendental, and he is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Foolish people consider Krishna as a human being, and they consider Lord Krishna as pure devotee and ordinary human being also. Whatever one may be, one must take shelter at the lotus feet of a devotee Mahatma and treat him as the most exalted well-wisher of all human society. We should take shelter of such a Mahatma and ask for his causeless mercy. Only by his benediction can one be relieved from the attachment to the materialistic way of life. When one is thus relieved, he can engage in the Lord's transcendental loving service through the mercy of Mahatma. So repeatedly, Prabhupada is telling this point. So same way is mentioning one more thing before verse. This is 51, the 47 also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna yadi krupa kare kona bhagyavan guru antaryami rupe sikaya apan. Through Krishna, when we are sincerely praying, then we get Guru. But our Acharya Vishwanath Chakra Thakur says, yes, that is true, but you are not independent, you are controlled by pure devotees. So I should serve the pure devotee, then I can get only by his mercy, by their causeless mercy. Somehow, even though I am ignorant, I am atheistic, or I am fallen, I am foolish, I am sinful, whatever the case, but they are picking me up. Yeah, it is not your so much, it is actually your pure devotees. Mercy. So again and again, so that here also Krishna is situated in everyone's heart as Chaitya Guru, the spiritual master within. When he is kind to some fortunate conditioned soul, he personally gives him lessons so he can progress in devotion, instructing the person as the super soul within and the spiritual master without. So both. So that's why it's non-different in one sense from the Supreme Lord. Spiritual master is one of the expansions of the Supreme Lord as Paramatma, as a Guru, spiritual master, and Shastra. These three ways Lord Krishna expands. So that's why this is the first. This is the first point one must know for this book especially. Because all these are talking about anarthas. To remove anarthas, only way you can control the senses, control the urges, control your wrong endeavor, control your wrong collection, over collection, control your wrong thoughts, all these things. First, we need mercy and strength from the bona fide Acharya. So that first we have to understand. It's a very significant point. So now let's understand this particular verse, what Krishna is trying to tell us. So the Rupa Goswami, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami has met in the Shastram of God. 10 days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed. So then based on that, Rupa Goswami has written Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. But that prelude to that, he has written also this Upadesha Amrita, which is key verses. So Atyahara Prayasascha Prajalpo Niyamagra Janasangascha Lolyan Sadbir Bhakti Vanasati. The first aspect is Atyahara. Then you may say, how come the author is saying the same thing? And the first verse is already said that Vacho Vegam, Manasa Prodha Vegam, Jishpa Vegam, tongue. Controlling the tongue and controlling the speech. That means overeating already mentioned. Why is he repeating? No, here not just, it is not repeating, rather he is saying that over collecting. Ahar means not just bhojan, it is also enjoyment comes in. That means the sense objects. Atyahara, ati ahar. So the opposite is yukta ahar. So one must avoid overeating. But in this particular verse, that is in the first verse is overeating. But in this particular verse is over collecting. Means anything more than necessary is over collecting. Atyahar. So that means it has many aspects in over collecting. Also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita also. Krishna stresses that's every chapter it also applies for devotees. It's not that 5th and 6th chapter is only for Ashtanga yogis. It doesn't apply to me. It doesn't apply to the devotees. That's not what it is. It actually helps because devotee also supposed to control his senses. So here atyahara, overeating, over collecting. So ahara means not just eating bhojan, also means enjoying the objects. So that's why Rupa Goswami gives the example, 2 examples that one must utilize, not over collecting means to the extent he needs. In Bhagavatam chapter 1, canto 1, chapter 2, verse number 10. The verses that the verse where it says that one should utilize for his self-sustenance to the extent he needs, not more, not less. Not karmina, I forget. I'm trying to recollect that verse beginning. But anyway, so the same aspect, Rupa Goswami is mentioning that over collecting means anasaktasya vishayan yataraham upayandam nisbande Krishna sambandha yukta vairagyam uchyate. So rather one should not over collect. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that also means, but these verses also applies as two functions, householder and renunciate. For householders, even there also over collecting, over endeavoring is also it comes under this atyahar. That means whatever we need, okay, we may need for the kids study, education, or whatever for maintenance of that. Okay, to that extent only. Now I have one job, then I want to have 2 or 3 or so many. There is no end to it. We can go on. Then that will be not help for bhakti. So we need to have time for bhakti. Not at the extent of chanting, not at the extent of hearing, not at the extent of reading. You can't do these things. So that's why it is atyahar, over collecting. You could argue then, no, I want to maintain, I want $1 million, I want 2 homes, I want this, I want so many cars. Yes, you can argue, but Shastra clearly, we can argue so many things, but it is what Shastra and Guru Krishna gives, that is the essence. That's what we have to accept as a reality, as a fact. We don't accept, then we can't attain perfection. So that's what here yukta ahar means, regulated activity, regulated eating, regulated collecting, not more than what is required. That is being stressed here. And then he also talks about is that falsely collecting, or we have to use the legal means, we have to use natural means based on the Vedic ways. Prapanchikatya buddhya hari sambandhi vastuna mumukshu parityago vairagyam palgu katyate. So whatever is favorable for the rendering service to the Lord, that should be accepted. But anything else should be rejected. Otherwise, it will be like the market vairagya, smasana vairagya. So this over collecting has to be looked at in various ways. Not it has to be in relation to the Lord. So the objects means the eyes, the nose, the tongue, the skin, all these 5 Jnanendriya, it has sense objects. So each of these in relation with Krishna, nothing should be over collected. So that's what here atyahara means. Now the next ones, atyahara, then now going to the prayas. Prayas has many things. So prayas means exertion, labor. So here it's over endeavoring. So that means not endeavoring for karma, not endeavoring for jnana, not endeavoring for even for yoga, Ashtanga yoga. That means then we have to give examples. Lord Brahma speaks on this. Jnana means people want to merge into Brahmana effulgence. People want to just under philosophical speculation. People want to know the knowledge, not to gain, not to actually do service. The way we are hearing, we are chanting, we are reading, all this knowledge is important actually to understand Krishna and improve our service and do service to Krishna and Guru and Krishna. That is for that purpose, whatever we take it, karma or jnana or yoga, to that extent it is good. But anything not in relation with Krishna, then it is prayas, over endeavoring, which is obstacle. That's why he says, Gnane prayasam udapasanavanti eva. Prayas, jnana, this mental speculation, means anything which Guru didn't give. Anything which we are not following Guru or Prabhupada Acharya, then it is mental speculation immediately. So Gnane prayasam udapasya. Udapasya, one who gives up. Namanta eva. He gives up the Shastra and Sadhu and Guru's words. Namanta eva. He doesn't take to the chanting of the holy name as per the guidance of the bona fide Acharya. Namanta eva sanmukaritam. Jivanti sanmukaritam. Through the mouths of the pure devotees. Again, there also clearly giving up our own ideas and thoughts and agendas. We follow what Guru and Krishna and Acharya gives. That is what it is. That is not over endeavor. And endeavoring to understand Guru and trying to serve Guru and Krishna, that is not over endeavor. But anything beyond that is over endeavor. Whether it's a karma kanda or jnana kanda, that means endeavoring to even to the going to the holy places. If that going to the holy place is not for actually developing attachment to Krishna and attaining actually prema for Krishna, that is also an obstacle, that is also prayas. If somebody is following any vrata, puja, samskar, but he is not meant to actually develop attachment to Krishna, come close to Krishna. That is also an over endeavor. That is also prayas. Going to destroy, take us away from bhakti. So, grane prayas udapasya namanta eva sanmukharitam bhavadiya vartam. This is the glories of Supreme Lord through the mouths of you. Sthane stuti, doesn't matter. Whatever ashram, whatever varna, whatever background we are coming, simple background, whatever background, any background, smoking background, meat eating background, whatever, doesn't matter. Because everybody has to start somewhere. No one is debarred, no one is disqualified. Everybody is allowed in this process. Otherwise, Prabhupada wouldn't have preached to the Western world. He began with the Western world. He started India, but nobody was ready to actually inspire to take. But here, people ready to take up, even though they are fallen in so many ways. But Prabhupada so compassionately has given. So that's why through the pure devotees, actually, one can actually take up bhakti so easily and quickly if they are receptive to what Acharya has to give. So that is a Gnane Prayas Udapasya Namante Eva Sanmukharitam Bhavadiya Vastam Sthane Stutigatam Tanuvan Manovir. Sthane Stutigatam. That means our body, mind, doesn't matter what position, what ashram, whatever, wherever we are situated, Western world, India, wherever we are, office, at home, whatever job, whatever, doesn't matter. Nothing, none of this matters. What matters is Tanuvan Manovir, using our body, mind, and words. So that is an important key. There, our Acharya gives various examples that. So one, even though one may be imperfect, but one gives up this impersonal understanding and then always hears about the Lord and his activities. Then they will go back home, back to Godhead. So, but otherwise, if he is using his mental speculation, not following the Acharya, then he cannot go back home, back to Godhead. So he will come back to it. So Tanuvan Manovir means three things. Our body must be utilized in offering obeisances, using to serve the Lord, and then also we can use our words to glorify the Supreme Lord, and the mind should be thinking of the Supreme Lord. So either way, one way or the other, body, mind, words. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur says, one must serve. This whole institution, ISKCON, is not, Gruhavrata means one who is not taking the order of Guru and Krishna at home, or this whole institution is actually Guru's house, Guru's ashram. One must see everything in relation with Krishna and Guru. It's Guru's property. Whatever, wherever we are, whatever temple we are in, ISKCON, all over the world, it is Prabhupada's property. It is Krishna's property. So one must see as his property and do service. Without having a Guru darshan, without doing Guru service, then you can't attain Krishna. You cannot get Krishna's revelation. Krishna cannot reveal us. Guru cannot reveal us in our heart. Actually, who we are, what is our position, what is our relationship with the Supreme Lord, how we can attain Him. He cannot reveal unless we do service. So that whatever service we do in the temple, that is Guru's service, that is Prabhupada's service. On behalf of them, we are doing service. So that's why we have to be attentive, we have to be observed, we have to be careful. So that should be our endeavor. Tanuvan Manovir, these three things must be utilized. So that's why here one can conquer, by this process, one can conquer the Supreme Lord and his Mahatma, the pure devotee. Then we can receive the mercy. Otherwise, there is no possibility to actually receive the mercy. So the next verse is also speaking about this. One should not use this mental speculation merging into Brahman effulgence. Nayam Atma Pravatanena, na Medaya, na Bahuna Sutena. One should not use this knowledge to merge into Brahman effulgence. Kevala, Bhakti. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna is saying that Klesho Adhikataras Tesham Avyakta Saktasena. It's very difficult to the process of impersonal aspects, Jnana Marga. Unless the Bhakti, we are doing it for process of Bhakti, attaining Guru and Krishna, or serving Guru and Krishna. For that purpose, we are taking the knowledge, transcendental knowledge, then it benefits. Otherwise, anything else will not actually benefit. Maya Vesya Mano Yema Nityakta Upasradaya Parayo Vetateme Yuktato Mata. That is easiest. One who is thinking of me and trying to come to me, engaging in my service. So that is the most important aspect. But otherwise, it will be endeavor, great endeavor, but not going to attain Krishna. It will be obstacle. So over endeavoring for karma or jnana, kamakanda, to attain heavenly planet or to attain some benefits, And Lord Brahma is further speaking on the same aspect of Jnana in person. Te Srutim Bhaktim Vadasyate Vibho Klishyanti Te Ye Kevala Bodhalabdaye Tesham Aso Kleshala Eva Sishyate Nanya Deta Stola Tusha Avagatina. This is like doing the empty husk, breaking the empty husk. So husk doesn't have actually, no grain is there, but we are trying to beating empty husk. So what is use? No use. So that impersonal speculation, mental speculation is no use. However, we may endeavor try to read so many books, not following the Acharya's Siddhanta. So what Sri Prabhupada has given, what Guru has given, so then it is mental speculation only. So that's why we have to strictly follow, not go outside of what Guru and Krishna gives. So that one should not endeavor for Ashtanga Yoga as Prabhupada has given. Anybody approach, try to, Prabhupada ask, can I read Sanskrit? Can I learn this? Can I learn astrology? Can I learn yoga? Prabhupada never encouraged. Prabhupada never told. There are some one or two exceptions for a specific purpose. If they are not able to do anything, then for them, maybe the Prabhupada told, okay, learn Sanskrit, you become Sanskrit teacher or something. For a specific purpose, but otherwise Prabhupada never encouraged. We are not here to become a scholar or pandit of some language or something. We are here to serve the Lord. Devotion service means it is to serve, to give pleasure to Guru and Krishna and attain that love. That is what we are, not to become scholar of anything. So again and again, not to, how I can become dear to devotees. No. First you do something which is dear to the devotee, then you become dear. Don't try to artificially try to, how can I become humble? How can I become dear? How can I do this? No. Do what Prabhupada is saying, then you become. What Krishna is saying, then you become dear. What Guru is saying, what authority is, then you become dear. Then you become humble. If you don't do all that, then how can I become humble? Can you speak about humility? First follow what Guru and Prabhupada is saying, then all these things automatically will come. But if you don't follow, then none of these can come. So that's why here that endeavor for anything which is not following Guru and Krishna is very important. It will be endeavor, waste of time, where the kalatvam. Then the endeavor for holy places as a tool, endeavor for any vratas, any pujas, especially during Navratri, we may do so many things. Okay, let them do whatever. But if we want to attain Krishna and Guru's mercy, then we have to follow what Guru and Krishna is in process. Let others do whatever they want to. We have no business to go into that. But we want to do what Guru and Krishna prescribes. Lord Brahma is telling that you offer those prayers. We don't chant from Devi Bhagavatam, we don't chant from some other book. We chant, if it is Navratri, we chant what Brahma is giving, what Acharya has given. Srushti Sruti Pralaya Sadhana Sekturi Chaye Vyasya Bhavanan Vibhakti Tad Icchan Rupam Chestadesa Govinda Mahadi Purusham Bhajan. What is the position of the Durga Devi? What is the external energy? Great detail, the purport, important detail is given. If you want to relieve from the grips of Durga Devi, then you must engage in bhakti, you must take shelter of the pure devotee of the Lord. Then she can release the grip by seeing your sincerity and submission. Otherwise, she won't release, because you want to enjoy, then automatically she has the full grip. So all the three kinds of miseries we'll get, Adi Bhautika, Adi Atmika, Adi Daivik, for our own body and mind, and through other living entities and through the demigods. So that will bound to happen. So that's it. And then endeavors for Vairagya. Sometimes we think, let me renounce this car, let me renounce this home, I'll go to Vrindavan. In this world, there are so many, I told before also, there are so many people who want to do bhajan, worship. So many people may chant. But unless these are authorized, unless these are guided under the guidance of a pure devotee, a sadhu, a guru, it doesn't benefit us. It doesn't benefit us. It has to be. Repeat. That's why the fourth chapter Krishna is stressing before even speaking further the middle 6 chapters. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. In Rupa Gosvami, 64 items in the 6th chapter, Nectar Devotion, all 64 items. In that 64 items also, Acharya has explained that there is a door. If you want to enter into this door of bhakti, out of 64, the 3 items are door to enter. That is taking shelter of the spiritual master, taking initiation from spiritual master, and serving spiritual. Ado Guru Ashram, Vishramba Sevanam. Then those are the key aspects. Then actually you can do all other 64 items. If you don't do these things, but you can't actually will be able to properly do any of the other limbs, because we have no strength. See, because that is what all our senses, mind, gross body, subtle body has always bhoga buddhi, enjoyment. That's why overeating, over collecting, over endeavoring is always there. Nothing is enough. We'll go on putting so many efforts for not for Krishna, not for Guru, but everything else will come into picture. We'll question everything. We'll use our own logic. We'll question even Guru also. That also will come. So this is all coming out because then you have the bhoga buddhi, enjoyment mental, then you'll question. You will hear from Prabhupada's books, you will read from Prabhupada, and then you will question why Prabhupada said this. How can we understand? Unless we take shelter of Prabhupada and Acharya, then you can't understand why Prabhupada had to give that particular thing. That's why one must be submissive. One must accept as it is. And then serve. Then everything will be answered. All questions will be answered. Nothing will be, no doubt will be there in our heart. Doubt will come when we are not submissive enough, when we are not sincerely surrendering, when we are not sincerely serving. Then everything will come. Otherwise, like Arjuna Acharya was a great devotee. He had also doubt. So he was fasting. But Lord answered. So one who is actually submissive and sincere, then everything will be answered. You will go on, okay, you have a doubt, you mark it, you note it down, then move on. It will be answered if you read further. But if you don't read, if you don't hear, then everything has to be answered. Why Lord said like this in Bhagavad Gita, or why Prabhupada said like this, then everything will be questioned. So that's why mental speculation cannot be allowed. It has to be for the endeavor, and everything should be for the serving Guru and Krishna, understanding Guru and Krishna. So next is endeavor for Vairagya. Don't falsely renounce. Don't renounce your job and home. Nowhere in Bhagavad Gita Krishna is telling that renounce, that it is like a monkey renunciation or a smashana Vairagya. It is not favorable for devotion service. One who is engaging in it automatically will become renounced internally. Bhakti yoga, Vasudeve Bhagavati, Bhakti yoga priya, Janayati asu vairagyam, Dhanam Chedahaitu. Naturally it will happen. Nothing. So that's why in process of bhakti, everything will naturally come. Only thing we have to do is follow Guru and Krishna. Everything else, all qualities will develop. Eschasti Bhagavati Bhaktir Akinchana. That's what we have to follow. Akinchana means I don't possess anything. Everything Guru and Krishna has to give. If we give strength, then only I can do some service, I can do some chanting, I can develop some taste, I can understand what Krishna is doing. If he doesn't give, then I can't understand. If we have that mentality every day, then our life is successful. I'm sure to go back home, back to God in this life only. There is assurance is clearly given by Sri Prabhupada, and Shastra is giving, Sadhu is giving. What is the only problem is we don't accept with full faith and submission. That is where the problem is. So that's why Rupa Goswami has to give this, what is causing impediment, anartha. This is over endeavoring, not following Guru's instructions. So, and renouncing, trying to renounce this. I don't like this, no, I renounce this. I don't like this, even Bhakti also. Prabhupada didn't renounce, Prabhupada accept, okay, you have a problem with this, maintaining this, okay, you give it to me, I'll maintain. So I'll do it for Krishna. Prabhupada, everything he accepts for Krishna's pleasure. Everything he used, whether it's wealth or whatever, properties, whatever he has received, everything, nothing he has rejected, because everything belongs to Krishna. So you can utilize everything in Krishna's service. So that's what we should not reject. We are not bogi, we are not tyagi. We are not announcers, we are not enjoyers. We are sevi. We are always for service of Guru and Krishna. We accept whatever is favorable. If Guru says, no, you should not accept this, then you reject immediately, no question. So that is here. Tyahar prayas. Means next is prajalpa. Prajalpa means anything unnecessary talk. Especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the instruction to Raghunath Das Goswami in chapter Antalila, chapter 6, I think verse 252, 253, or I forget the verse number. There is telling, Gramya Katha na kahibe, Gramya Varta na sunibe, Balibo na kahibe, Balibo na paribe. So he's telling Raghunath Das Goswami that Gramya Katha na kahibe, don't speak Gramya Katha. Means anything not in relation with Krishna. Especially his renunciate, that's why for him it's very strict. So don't talk anything which is not in relation with Krishna. Neither you hear. If somebody is speaking, move away. So don't even be there. Open your eyes, and because that's our eyes ready to do. Minute you hear some news, something, you always want to hear. That is the buddhi it has, because that is what we are bringing from many lifetimes. Then automatically it will want to attract. Okay, let's hear what it has to say, what news has to say, what this has to say, what friend has to say. Anything not in relation with Krishna, then don't even accept, don't even hear. If somebody forcibly want you to hear, okay, you hear it, but don't put in the heart, because we have better things to hear, better things to fill up our brain, mind, intelligence, and senses with Krishna and Krishna's names, and Guru's names and Guru's service. So that's what we have. So we don't have time for other things. We have a lot to do. So that's an endeavor for even I forgot to tell about prayas. In the prayas, there's an endeavor for name, fame, prestige, adoration. That is the biggest difficulty. Even to the degree you go to the higher levels also, as Rupa Goswami is giving that nectar devotion, that even in the Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, even to those stages also, this Puja, Pratishtha, it goes on honor and prestige. Any honor we are getting, any somebody is giving, we have to pass it on to the Acharya, Guru, Sri Prabhupada, and Lord. Because for their santam, if you are speaking something, who has given? Have we learned by ourselves? No. He has given by Guru and Prabhupada. You are doing something, some service. How did you learn? Who has given you the, first of all, who accepted you to do the service? Guru and Prabhupada. Otherwise, how can you do the service? Authority maybe, but who is giving the authority to him? Who is allowing that? Guru and Krishna. So anyway, anything you look at, it is only because of Guru and Krishna. So this has to be ingrained in our senses, that every time, every day we have to be reminded that Puja, Pratishtha has to be somehow or the other we have to give up. Otherwise, that will cause unnecessary bondage in chanting, in our hearing, in our reading. So it will cause an obstruction, Puja, Pratishtha. Then it will cause us to fall down from Bhakti. So we don't want to follow the authority, because when we have fame, prestige, then we think we are great. Then let's question Guru. These things will come up. That so why is he saying this? Why Guru is saying this? So we'll question even authority. We'll question even Shastra also. We'll criticize Vaishnavas also, because we are thinking we are the big, we are the great. We're already pandit. So then we'll question everybody. So that's why we have to be careful of not endeavoring for name, fame, prestige, adoration, puja, pratishtha. Prajalpa, that instruction as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving. That so avoid unnecessary talks. Anything not obviously as a householders, we have great responsibility to work and then maintain. So go to the shops or whatever we may have to meet people. To that extent we need. To that extent only we should talk. We should try to avoid. So that's at some level, again, there are different grades of people, different levels of devotees, there are different priorities. But we have to understand where we want to go, who's going to save us, who's going to protect us. That in the bigger picture, that's what we have to put. Otherwise, you can go on every day, you can attend one birthday party, this party, that party, you can fill your day, fill your week and everything. But what will you get? You tell me that. What will you get at the end? What will you get? What will be the result? Is he going to come and save you? Is he going to come to deliver you? No. Even if you have a problem, especially with health, can he deliver? Can a doctor do? Only if Guru and Krishna can help, then we may be protected. So the ultimate point is only Guru and Krishna. When we are old, especially, no one can protect. So look at the example. In this modern day world, parents are somewhere, children are somewhere. Then who's helping them actually? Only Guru and Krishna. Children itself, we are not there with parents. Then how they will be saved? We are thinking that my children is going to save me. My children is going to serve me. My children is going to provide me. That's what we are thinking. But it is not. Most of the times it is not so in modern day world. Then whom we are going to depend on at that time? We have to depend on Krishna. If we haven't practiced like that, then at the end, how it is going to happen? It cannot happen. So that's why the priorities and everything has to be gradually transformed. So that's why these endeavors has to be given up slowly and gradually. Obviously, abruptly you can do it. Otherwise it will be chaos everywhere, in the family or in the office, everywhere. We have to understand or strike a balance. That's it. It's yukta har. Yukta means naturally you have to balance in terms of the eating, the sleeping, mating, depending, or the recreation also. Otherwise, every day you think, oh, let's go here, let's go there. Mind is not stable. Guru is telling something, Krishna is telling, no, we have this agenda, that agenda. I want to plan this, I want to plan that. But is Guru, is authorized by Guru? Is authorized by Krishna? No, that we don't consider. At that point, whatever I like, I want. That is not bhakti. Bhakti means it's always under the guidance. Whether it's chanting, hearing, reading, serving, everything has to be under the guidance of Guru and Krishna only. Otherwise, it is not bhakti. Bhakti is not independent. Bhakti, minute you bring bhakti means it is under the dependence, under the guidance, under the order of the Acharya and Krishna. That's why Krishna is stressing these things in Bhagavad Gita. Rupa Goswami is stressing here also in the particularly 8th verse significantly. Following is very, very important. Then this prayas, prajalpa also can be stopped. That's why you see that in this particular verse. First, if you don't, first point leads to the 4th point. See, atyahar. Suppose if you don't do it, over endeavoring, where it will lead? Prayas. Because we want to over collect something we have, but it is not enough for us. We are thinking over collecting. Then what will happen? Prayas automatically, because if you are thinking to collect more than what is needed, then immediately you have to endeavor for it. Over endeavor, prayas. Then what will happen? Atyahar, prayas. Then prajalpa. Then to collect, to endeavor for that, then you have to talk so many things not related to Krishna, because most of the material aspects only you have to get. Then you have to talk all the other things, not Krishna, most of the time. You may not even have the time for chanting 16 rounds also, not even 1 round also sometimes. That also, because this only, first to start this only, atyahar only. Over collecting, over eating. And so even the Americans, most of the time, they don't work. But we try to work more than what is needed. Okay, initially okay, but make some priorities in life, because if you want bhakti, if you don't want bhakti, nothing much Krishna can do, nothing much Guru can do, nothing much Sadhu can do. If you want, in case if you want Guru and if you want bhakti, then we have to follow. There is no other way. One and only. That's what Krishna is. Yeah, if you want to become like demigod, Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, Yoga Mishra Bhakti, okay, fine. You can do whatever you like. But if you want pure bhakti, you want Krishna's prema, you want to be with cohort boys, you want to. That's why Damodar Ashram also look at Kartik month is what is saying, that the whole essence is doing one thing. What Yasodhama is doing? Manthan. What does manthan means? Can you take out ghee from anything, from butter, from milk or yogurt? No, it is so difficult. That means you have to endeavor seriously. The same way, that means heart has to be churned. Under whose order? Under Guru and Krishna's order. And for whose pleasure? For Guru and Krishna's pleasure. Why is he churning in the morning? Why is he singing songs? The whole Damodara Ashtam is change the priorities, recenter, reprioritize, realign. Krishna has to be in the center. And churn your heart. Bring what is the actual priority. What is our ultimate goal? Repeatedly, that whole Damodara Ashtam, even though it is seeing the beauty of the Lord Krishna and his activities, is as well as another point is there. Krupa Sakti. Krupa Sakti. When will that Krupa Sakti? When somebody is churning in the heart, looking where is my priority is going, where my anartha is going, where my time is going, where my endeavor is going. If somebody is looking, churning his heart, looking where things are going, where my mind is going, where my senses are, where my time is going, then Lord and Guru can give Krupa. But if he's not even thinking any of that, then how in the world Guru or Krishna can give mercy? Because he's not interested. Then Guru and Krishna, okay. When he is interested, that time we'll see. So that's why in Damodar Ashram also it is significant that manthan, churning the heart, is very important. Samudra manthan you take, or this Damodar Ashram is more significant than, because it is Yasodhamaya. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's discussion with Ramananda Rai also is only talking 2 names. One is Shyamasundar, second name is Yashodananda. Yasodhamaya is. So much deep love she has, parental, Vatsalaras, Madhurya's. I don't want to hear Vallabhacharya saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I have written everything in relation with Krishna, holy names, because Mahaprabhu likes chanting. So that's why he said, no, I have written, I have written something which even Sridhar Swami didn't write. I have written such that in every word I have explained in Krishna's holy name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, I don't know anything. I only know Krishna in these two names. Shyamsundar Krishna, Yashodananda Krishna. I don't know. I don't have time to hear anything else. He didn't accept. And if anybody is speaking, going over head of the Guru, previous Acharya, then he is not a Acharya. He is not even a devotee, he is a prostitute. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately condemned. So that from that Ramananda Rai conversation also, or this conversation, Vallabhacharya conversation also, we can understand that made somebody goes rejects the Acharya Parampara, done. However great may be, done. Vallabhacharya learned his lesson, then he accepted Gadadhar Pandit, then he is speaking, then he realized why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu behaved with him in that way. Then he came to his senses. He detected that it is a problem. I have puja, pradishta, I was thinking I'm a scholar. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave his mercy at the end. So that's why we have to understand. That's why we emphasize when we have read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam for many years. Okay, then you start reading Chaitanya Charitamrita because so much significant detail, the stress, importance, with the great examples are given. We have to read many times. Chaitanya Charitamrita especially. We have obviously Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam also we have to read many times. Prabhupada emphasizes hundreds of times we have to read. But Chaitanya Charitamrita also we have to read again and again in the association of devotees. Otherwise, we may not understand actually what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Same verses we may know, but we might have read a few times, but we don't know exactly what it means, what it refers to. So that's it is on the association of devotees one must hear. So then actually, Atyahara, Prayasa, Prajalpa, Niyamagra, all these things will automatically stop. Because we start with the first point only. When Atyahara is stopped, then automatically Prayas will stop, automatically then Prajalpa will stop. Because we are seeing everything in relation with Guru and Krishna, what will be favorable, what will help us to increase my devotion to Guru and Krishna. Then Niyamagraha also will stop. But then we will not do Ekadasi for some other purpose. We will not follow any puja or samskar or any festival for any other purpose. It is only for Guru and Krishna. If it is meant for Guru and Krishna, then only we do anything else. We don't want to do anything else. Then we'll give up everything else. Because that is Niyama, Agraha and Agraha both. Either you attach to something because I like to do, because somebody else has told me. Guru and Krishna didn't tell, but somebody else told me, and I follow. Yes, if you are obligated, you have no choice, you have been restricted that you have to do, you have no choice. It's okay. But voluntarily, you yourself thinking that I should do this, but Guru and Krishna is not given, that is a Niyamagraha. Then somebody is rejecting. Guru and Krishna say some rules, you have to do this. Then no, I don't, it's too difficult, or I don't like to do. That is also Niyamagraha. But the starting point is Atyahara only. When you decide to over endeavor, over collect, or enjoy for your senses. I like to hear because our ears wants to hear this music. Hear Prabhupada, no? So hear Prabhupada every day, 10 minutes. And from a Guru, disciple of Prabhupada. Hear those who can bring us close to Prabhupada, Acharya Parampara, was dedicated from their lives. Then we can understand. If you hear from so many devotees are singing, but is he giving the Shabda Brahma? So that we have to see. Every day we should hear from some, from Guru, some from Prabhupada. Okay, weekdays is too difficult. We have so many things. All right, you hear on the weekend at least, Saturday, Sunday. Use that time at least. Then only, without reading and hearing from Prabhupada, it is very difficult to actually understand what is pure devotion, what is not pure devotion. You can't distinguish it. It looks almost the same, but you can't distinguish. When Mayavadi is speaking, it looks same. When he is singing, everybody is doing kirtan, Prabhupada kirtan, everything same. We don't want to hear Prabhupada kirtan, but we want to hear everybody else kirtan. Yes, in the temple, in the whatever authorities, whatever arranging that we hear, but we have to also hear from Prabhupada. We have to read Prabhupada's books first before reading any other books. Because if we don't follow the Acharya's instruction, then where will we go? We can't go. We are in an institution of Acharya's institution. Then you don't want to follow what Acharya is giving. Then how can we actually get mercy? You can't get mercy. You are entering into a company, you don't want to follow the manager and his department head and lead. Then how much can you maintain? How much can you time can you be there in the company? You can't be there much longer. Same thing in the institute, in this institution also same thing. You have to follow any Sampradaya. You look at Amana Sampradaya, Madhvacharya Sampradaya, any of Sampradaya, they must follow the Sampradaya. Prabhupada also one time, someone asked, some sannyasi asked, is all devotees going back to Goloka now? No, not necessarily. They could be Ram Bhakta, they could be Matsyavatara Bhaktas, they could be Bhaktas of any form of the Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. Not necessarily they are all going back, because they could be. Because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, that time appeared, all the associates appeared. Some of them are Ram Bhaktas, Murari Gupta. So like that. So there could be. Most of them Krishna Bhaktas, but there could be some other Bhaktas also. It's not necessary that everybody is going, everybody has that particular form and particular rasa with Lord Krishna only. So not necessarily. So in that way, we have to understand these things, everything from the mouths of the pure devotee of the Lord. Then we can stop this atyahara, prayasa, prajalpa, nimagraha. It's a very, very deep topic. Already I'm over time. I see the time now. So I should stop. I can take one or two questions, clarification, comments, corrections. Please don't take it wrongly. It's, this is my nature to explain in this way. So it's not, don't feel offended, because I have to explain the way I understood from Prabhupada, the way I understood from the Acharya, how serious matter it is, Bhakti is. So that's why. So if you are a beginner, take it lightly and move on with the next things. But if you really want Krishna's mercy, Krishna Prema, then we have to take it seriously. At least that's how I have been taught by some of the disciples of Prabhupada. So that's why I'm following in that direction. So yeah, if I offended you, please forgive me. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo pattanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo Vaishnavam ki jai. Let's see if there are any questions, comments, corrections. Everybody is unmuted. Yeah, okay. No questions? You can ask. I said about the questions, but you can ask. The whole Bhagavatam is our question answers only. You can ask. There is no problem asking questions in relation to Guru and Krishna. But in general, the doubts will automatically stop in terms of service, in terms of submission. In that sense, but you can ask. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Go ahead.
Prabhuji, I'm just outside. You may be hearing noises.
No problem.
Yes, no, very nice class. Not like a very question like very relevant, but just wanted to ask if you are watching us, right? How we are doing at temple, doing services, all that. And now in these classes, there are some aparadhas we hear in the classes, and some mistakes that happen. So please, if you see anything anything wrong, if we are doing, so please do let us know. Just wanted to mention that.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Yeah.
And also, I tried singing that bhajan that Srila Prabhupada was singing. I think it was 1973 version, that black and white. I watched on YouTube, and I also heard some of you Prabhuji sing that bhajan. I tried singing that at Sai Temple, but I think it was not that bad. Just wanted to mention the effort I did.
Thank you.
That Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunj Bihari. That dhun. Jagjit Singh also sang the same bhajan. So most of the people were getting confused with that dhun. But I did this dhun by Srila Prabhupada. I really liked that. It caught my attention. And first time I heard from Simeshwar Prabhuji in one of the Bhakti Vriksha.
Thank you. Yeah, that is a famous Kirtan. Is in complete deep absorption, because it gives everything. In Jaya Radha Madhava Kirtan, Prabhupada singing, it gives the essence of bhakti. How much
Yes.
the whole Vrindavan consciousness is being revealed in the heart of the practitioner. And
I just listened to that.
Rupa is right there. As he's singing, he's right there in that consciousness, in that platform. So with them, so that's why he's into some other consciousness altogether. He controls. He tries to check himself most of the time. So that's why we hear. Yeah, if you are disturbed sometimes or some agitation, some problem, you can hear sometimes there are some other Prabhupada or
Yes, I just play that over and over again, sometime in my kitchen,
Yeah.
and like it really give a boost.
Yeah.
So thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, do let us know if you see us doing any mistake or aparadh. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Pranam Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Very, very nicely you describe, Prabhu. Very wonderfully you explain and practical. This is practical. But my question is, Prabhu, here Attahara, they're collecting more. I have a bad habit to collect more prasadam that from the temple, and after that I've seen that most of the prasad I took, but some prasad remain, and then it is spoiled. I'll put into the under the tree. That is a bad habit. How to control that? Sometimes I don't understand that how much I can take and how much not I can take. So that thing.
Yeah, good question. In the purport, Prabhupada gives the example that it's the problem with only human being. Any other living entity generally doesn't have a problem. Birds and others, they eat only for that day. So basically depend on Guru and Krishna. Try to eat to the extent you cannot try to take what is needed for that day. Don't try to take prasadam, will get prasadam. If not, one day you can fast, no problem. Anyway, Ayurveda says that 16 hours of fasting, sometimes intermittent fasting we should do anyway. These days, many people are trying to do that anyway. In case one day we don't get prasad somehow or the other, it gets over. It's fine, We eat fruits, nuts, water, whatever is available. Yeah, slowly and naturally. So we should practice in that way. Try to take only for that day. Don't think of 2-3 days. Don't think of that. Whatever prasadam we can get, or take it a little later. Means instead of going first, take it in the middle or the last. So sometimes, if not every time, slowly practice in certain ways that because if you take it first, you may get everything, so many varieties. And if we are already in that mold that I want to take this, everything. Yes, Lord can take everything. For us, we should. Again, as Grihasthas, this is only enjoyment we have. You can take as much or no problem. But the problem only is after taking what you are going to do. If it is going to cause us sleep more than required, if it is going to cause laziness, not do service, then that's a problem. Then we have to somehow or other avoid it. So for that, we try to either take at the middle or at the end, or try to not look at every item I want. Only let me take only 2-3 items I want. Even it may be your liking, fine, you can take it. Or if you take everything, then you take only little. So yeah, we have to somehow or the other control these things. Sometimes, or you may have to put control. Okay, unless I finish these many rounds, I should not eat something or the other. We have to come up with certain controls. What will allow me to not to distract from Guru and Krishna. So those are things I can say. Yeah, or collecting it. Everybody has a problem. Something, some form or the other. So we have to detect, we have to see, and we have to seek the guidance also, and we have to hear more. The minute somehow or the other these points are discussed, then we have to understand it is I have this problem now. What should I do? How can I stop this? And then we have to ponder over. We have to pray sincerely. Our business is to cry. So our business is to cry. I think Rajiv Prabhu has a question. There is a song you can read later on, but if you have time, we'll sing that. There's a Narottam Das Thakur song, Thakura Vaishnava Gana, Vaishnava Vignapti. In KK songs, you can Google it. Narottam Das Thakur song. First line is Thakura Vaishnava Gana Koro Yei Niveda. He's submitting. He's a great acharya. He doesn't need anybody's support, but he's submitting to Vaishnava Gana. So we'll see. Okay, let's see. Okay, Asesh Karna Prabhu, you have I hope, is that okay?
Yes, Prabhu, very nicely you described. Just a bad thing is that after taking the prasadam, more prasadam, something remain. I need to put in the under the tree. That is also bad
Yeah,
thing.
that is also not good. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can, what you can do is, see, look at Prabhupada, but don't imitate it for anybody, even to me and everybody else. Prabhupada used to take breakfast fruits, lunch used to take 2 sabjis to at least minimum roti, rice, dal, I don't know, some sweet. Evening, very light, most of the times. But lunch is the main breakfast. This is Prabhupada idea. For us, we can try to see, eat healthy, but we may have to feel if we are eating 2 or 3 times a lot of prasadam, then we may have to start maybe adding in one meal, maybe fruits and nuts and milk, maybe, especially in the night or whatever. Some people, again, in the night only they get time to eat with family, then they may have to eat more. Fine, whatever convenient, but you have to use your own judgment within your circumstance situation, how you can control it so that you can progress. It doesn't obstruct your bhakti. That we have to see.
Sure, Prabhu.
That's what
Thank you,
Guru
Prabhu.
and Sadhu is there to guide, because each devotee situation is different. General principles are there, but then we have to see, consider what is our situation, or what we can do, adjust to, so that we can practice properly Krishna consciousness. So that is the idea. I will tell you my problem. I used to have a consulting before. I used to have one job. I used to do consulting. And I thought about it. I was in Krishna consciousness for a few years at that time. Then I was thinking, for some time, I was praying and thinking. Then somehow or the other, Guru and Prabhupada, Krishna has given some intelligence that why to waste time? Enough. One job is enough. Why to waste time? Then I stopped. I gave up. Okay, you all manage. I don't need to be there in this company. I can't do. I don't have time. After I decided that, Krishna arranged in such a way that even in my job also, sometimes I used to work extra hours and weekend work. Krishna arranged all those other things automatically adjusted. I don't need to work on the weekend, very rarely. I don't even work over 8 or 10 hours either. So this is Krishna has arranged. After I endeavored, I have looked at myself what I am doing, and I try to fix that problem. Then Krishna has given some mercy. If we don't look at, if we don't endeavor that problem, then Guru and Krishna say, because he is happy, he wants to do, then what can I do? What can I force? I cannot force, I cannot suggest, I cannot instruct him. So first we have to, it has to come within us that I want to do something, I want to fix something, where I am going wrong, what I should do. If that manthan is there, that's a manthan. This Damodar month is very important. That manthan has to be there. In the heart, we have to really cry. This is crying. The Bhakti path is about crying. Unless we reveal, every day we have to talk to Prabhupada, Guru, Nityananda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that this problem is there. You have to reveal me. After repeated crying and saying, talking to the, then one day things will be revealed. One day things will be kicked out, anarthas. Until that, it's not going to happen one day, 2 days. It takes time. Sometimes months, sometimes years, sometimes lifetimes. How serious, how submissive, how much ready to accept and correct ourselves. We are praying, but suddenly some Guru or Sadhu says, you have to do this. Then, but we don't accept. Oh, Krishna didn't tell me, my Guru didn't tell me, then we don't accept it. Then again, but we have to see everything that through Guru and Krishna may not talk directly, tell us, but it may come through some other channels. And if you have confusion, we should check with Guru and Krishna or the representatives. Then we know whether it's the right thing to do or not right thing to do for our situation. So the Tasha's Karna Prabhu, is that clear? So
Yes,
that I
clear.
give my own personal
Clear.
example where we should
Yes.
strike the balance.
Yes, clear, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Dandavat Pranam to everyone.
Yeah, Rajiv Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. So Prabhu, yeah, my question is that sometimes, like if I'm doing service or anybody, like, so the idea is that you have to be submissive, but like once you start doing it, you forget the submission. You're just doing it, and like the main idea of submission is start, at least for me, gets lost. I don't know how to maintain it when I'm throughout doing service.
Understood. Yeah. So yeah, it comes by practice. Main thing is the hearing in the association of devotees and doing service in the association. These two things, if you do gradually, I also have committed mistakes, and still do? Yes, we have to learn because we have to improve. Just like in the office, also sometimes we do. But manager sees how much is sincere. Who is trying to help me? Is trying to do this. He's taking more projects than one, and he's trying to help me always. He has done this mistake. Okay, all right, fine. I'll teach him how to fix that problem next time he doesn't repeat. So you'll naturally guide. Same thing with the Guru and Krishna and Sadhu. Okay, if you are sincere enough, then they will see that okay, I should tell him this is not the way to do. This is the way we should do. We should correct it. But if you hear and if you are in the association and doing service, then automatically either somebody will correct us, somebody will tell us, or we ourselves will get in the mind, in the heart. Guru and Krishna will reveal. But if we don't do much hearing and much service, then it's difficult to know what is right way to do and how to become some. That's what Prabhupada said to Gargamani, Prabhu, Brahman, Prabhu's brother, Prabhupada disciple. It's not a question of you liking it. Theoretically, first do it. Mechanically, after obedience, then naturally you will come to it. Same way, okay, we may not have time, or we may be busy, or we may not like to do certain service, but try to do it. And we may not want to hear, okay, but try to do it, okay. If not every day, okay, once a week. Start somewhere. It is related to chanting, related to reading, related to hearing. Start somewhere. Each and every person has a different capacity, different dynamics. So within your own capacity, what you can take up, slowly start somewhere in terms of chanting, reading, and hearing and service. These four things, how much you can do, allot it accordingly, and do it consistently, and naturally, slowly increase it to the next level. Then Guru and Krishna will give a lot of mercy. Automatically, you will adjust, you will balance everything. Naturally, you will see. At least I could see my life, what has happened in the last 15-20 years, how Krishna and Guru has adjusted. It is a miracle. So, but we have a lot of service to do, a lot of chanting to do, and a lot of prayers to do, a lot of dependence on Sadhu and Guru. Every time Sadhu comes, we have to first hear. More than any, forget about service, forget about giving money, forget about touching his feet, everything. Those two we have to hear. That is the first thing. Because Sadhu likes, Prabhupada likes always. Hey, where they are going? I am speaking Hindi. They don't know Hindi, but still why they are walking away? Guru is here, I am here, and why they are, tell them to come back. That's what Rupa said. So even though we may not understand, even though you might be speaking, sometimes I see devotees walking out and great Sadhu is speaking. It's not a good etiquette. Unless you have emergency exception, that's fine. But it's not a good etiquette to walk out in the middle, even though it may be the same topic, or it may be difficult, or it may be overwhelming. We should accept it, because he's not doing for himself. He's doing for our benefit. This is Krishna and Guru's arrangement. If somebody is speaking, sitting on Vyasasana, it is not his arrangement. Somebody, Guru and Krishna especially, is arranging through some authority this arrangement. Then only it can come. Otherwise, out of so many people, why we are chosen to speak? So it has to come through the super will of Krishna and Guru only. So that's how we have to see. Is that okay, Rajiv Prabhu?
Yeah. Yes. Hare Krishna Prabhu. That's very well said.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. I think one more person. I don't know who raised it. Let's do it quickly. Already 28 beyond.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Dandavat, all good show.
Yes.
Prabhuji, one small question. Like I was hearing Lal Govind Prabhuji's video, one of the Bhagavatam videos. He was mentioning a person when he leaves the body and he basically leaves his money back, right? And if the money is used for wrong purposes, that will cause a problem for him in future period. I don't know what is that, because he left the karma, right? So how accurate, or how do we take this, Prabhuji?
He leaves the money, but he gives that money to somebody else, or he just leave it?
Yeah, leave it, or give it to family, and that is being used wrongly, or something happens, right? So what happens for this situation?
Again, we have to look at his consciousness, in which situation he left. If he somehow or the other accidentally happened.
See, when a person dies, right, accidentally, he leaves, right? He did not.
Then that's not a problem. But he is being in that particular consciousness, is not in relation with Krishna. Even as a devotee, if he is doing it, but not doing it what Guru and Krishna says, then it's a problem. It is binding. Yes, if money is being given to anybody who's not using in Krishna service, that is also comes to him, because husband is getting wife's 50%. Bad result. So you can't avoid it. King is getting all the citizens 1/6 of their karma. They like it or not like it. They have to suffer. So like that, everything is there. Even the money, whatever property you have, if you don't utilize it in Guru and Krishna service properly, but if something happens, you are doing rightly, you are trying. But something happens, we have to pass away or whatever, then there is no problem. But if he is not even trying, before he passes away, he is not even trying in relation with Guru and Krishna, how to adjust. Okay, family needs, like Rupa Goswami has given, 25% to family, 25% to friends, relatives, and I think 50% he has given to Brahmanas and temples for Krishna conscious practices. Yes, that is the ideal. That means for Prabhupada or Acharyas explain that for us as Grihasthas, after you pay mortgage, this, that, whatever, okay, out of that remaining, give something to Krishna, give something to Sadhu, do it at home, offer Bhoga, Krishna, bring devotees, whatever you can do. Within that means, it's not that because in New Jersey, in modern day world, wherever we are, we have to pay so much. And that's how the situation is. And if you pay 50%, then nothing much left and you can't even maintain yourself. So look at the practicals. I will discuss with Sadhu and Guru and then understand how much you can do and what you can do. It's not, Shastra and Guru is not asking nowhere. They're asking something which you can't do. Within our means, everything is within our means. It is for our benefit. And that's what Guru and Krishna is trying to tell us. Nothing complicated. It is simple instructions.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So that's why as in the 16th or 17th chapter, Bhagavad Krishna is telling that the charity, the austerity, the chant, everything has three modes. Yes, I like, because mode of passion means you like to do whatever you like in terms of charity or austerity or penance, everything you like to do for yourself in whatever way you are thinking. But the one who is in mode of goodness, he follows what Shastra and Sadhu and Guru, what particular time you should do and how you should do everything. He will go by the authority. He doesn't go by what he likes. The passion ignorance means we go by what we like. In terms of the prasadam or the food habits, everything. So that's where we have to draw the line. So everything is in Bhagavad Gita in that sense, for your question also.
Okay.
How it
Thank
causes
you.
bondage. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay, I think 8:30 we should stop. Anyone has a question, you can ask me later. Himasa Prabhu, you're there? Himasa Prabhu, you're there? Mute. Busy, then let's chant Happy Navaratri. We can pray to Lord Durga Devi, that please allow me to engage in the service of Guru and Krishna. Please shower me some mercy so that I can improve my chanting, improve my service, improve my hearing. In that way, you can follow Navaratri in that mood, in that consciousness, in that way of offering respects to that particular prayer. And then October 24th, Tuesday, is Vijayadashami, very important day, Ramachandra Vijayotsav. So then following in the footsteps of Ayodhya Ram and how he has taken all the living entities back to Godhead, the whole Ayodhya went back, including all the citizens. So we can also go back, the whole world can go back if you follow as Lord Ram and Hanuman does. So that is the significance of Vijayadashami. Then the next day is Ekadasi. Even though that Tithi is there, Ekadasi Tithi is there, 24 next Tuesday, but it's not Ekadasi. It's Vijayadashami. The Wednesday is Ekadasi, next Wednesday. And then next Saturday is the first day of, not this Saturday, following Saturday, October 20th is Sharad Purnima, first day of Damodar month. Take the vow, Sankalpa on that day or day before, Purnima, day before Friday or that day. Because actual day, starting days of Damodar month is Sunday, day 1. Until November 26. Fasting from Muradal is there for a whole month, and the last 5 days will be based on Panchak. It's not necessary for everybody. If you want to do, you can do. So some does. Prabhupada didn't say explicitly anywhere. He didn't discussed anything about that particular point anywhere. We haven't seen one directly instructing. So it's up to you. I'm not asking you to do. So, but it is up to you. If you like to follow, you can follow. If not, it's also fine. But the whole Damodar month, try to take sankalpa what you can do. With that sankalpa, whatever you are going to take, whole month you have to do. It shows that you know you take what you can do. Don't take overwhelmingly. Take, oh, this will do, I will do, that will I will do, and then you won't be able to practice it. What is your capacity? Accordingly, you take it, and not overwhelming to your family. So those things, try to be in that situation and think what you can do, what you cannot do. Accordingly, you take sankalpa. If you can do more, that's fine, but don't take sankalpa for so many things and then not do it, which is not a good way to do it. Sankalpa means we should do no matter what, whatever we take, we should do whole month every day consistently. That's what sankalpa means.